So we have a community pantry here. I saw this just the other day and I was having a bit of a bad day, and it was one of those great things that just made me smile. And then I put it up on my social media, and Claire, the woman who's organised it with her husband, actually contacted me and said people aren't just taking from this pantry, they are donating as well. So I brought a couple of books and some fruit and nut to add to it. So it's one of those things where it's like anyone who feels like they need it, even if it is just for a bit of a boost, then they're welcome to take anything. I think that's just lovely. First of all, guys, I wanted to just ask you, what gave you the idea of doing a community pantry?
That was all Claire.
Yeah, so I mean, we've always wanted to do a street library. And we've noticed a few people along our street would often put out boxes of books, and we started just doing that too, so people could take them. And then I was looking on the Facebook page, The Kindness Pandemic, which just has all these really beautiful things that people are doing for each other at the moment. And someone had done a street pantry, which I thought was a great idea. And we have an excess of toilet paper because we always get our Who Gives the Crap subscription way earlier than we need it. And we'd already given a box away to the Wayside Chapel, and we thought, well, we've got a few extra rolls. So we decided to just put out things like supplies that might help people, but also like books or games or things that might help people kind of keep their spirits up. And it was just like a bit of fun. Yeah. I mean, we just, helped perk us up a bit, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm always keen for a quick thing to make, so I went to the little setup. I got the back of the house and threw it together.
Love a project to keep you busy. So what sort of things have you been putting in the pantry?
So we've put in like some food, like spaghetti or like canned food. We put in a couple of rolls of toilet paper.
A few herbs from the garden.
Yes, we put in a succulent actually that we made. Like we had this. I think it was like a Kris Kringle gift I'd gotten that was a rainbow cup, and so we just put a succulent in. We want to put some potted herbs in the futures. And
maybe even do a little bit of a succulent kind of shelf next to it.
Yeah, beautiful.
And books as well. So first of all, I kind of picked out books that I thought might help, like that were things I would want to read right now. So books, and then now there's a few games and things like that in there.
Yeah. And what has the reaction been? Have you had a chat to anyone who's actually taken something?
The response has been great. Like plenty of people kind of at reasonable distances talking over the fence.
I think that I think at first people were a bit hesitant. A few people said I don't need anything, so I think they felt bad. But I think people.
Hey, Thomas.
I think people have started leaving things and taking.
Yes. Well, that's something that my first thought was not only I didn't need anything and I didn't want to take something that someone might really need, but it gave me the motivation to come back and actually deposit something. And that tiny moment, that tiny gesture made me feel good in a pretty bleak, time at the moment. So I think the fact that people are putting things in, has anyone put anything in that surprised you?
What have we got? Someone put a puzzle in, which I really liked, because I always think you only do a puzzle really once.
Yep.
You only do a puzzle one time, so it's quite a good one to put in. We had some baby books, which was nice. We took one out for him. You get a bit sick of reading the same book over and over.
Probably my favourite thing. My favourite thing that happened was a lady was kind of walking by and she said, "Oh, this is so great. I'm actually in the middle of a conference meeting on my phone. Do you mind if I show everyone?" And so she had kind of boardroom kind of looking at it, which was quite good.
Well,
have you found that it is by sharing that kindness, it's made you feel good and other people feel good as well?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been really, really lovely actually. Like it's definitely lifted our spirits. Like I know every morning I look forward to just going and seeing if anyone's taken anything or if anyone's left anything, and it's just. It's quite nice. Just it makes you feel more connected with your local community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is true. And living in a busy city, often it's hard to have that feeling of community. So I thank both of you, well, all three of you, thanks Thomas too. Thank you for doing that, and just know that your act of kindness has had such a ripple-on effect, and I'm glad that more and more people will know about it.
Thank you.